Alright, and here they are all together. Actually, the color doesn't look too bad when you're at a distance. And actually, now I got the covers on it, it kind of lightened it up a little bit. It's still, I don't know how it's going to show up in the camera, but it's still, you know, not exactly right. But here they are, all complete. Obviously, I didn't get all of the white stuff, all the white, gray, clear out of it. If I would have spent more time, I could have completely cleaned it out. I wasn't too worried. I got to buff these afterwards. I got some right there. You can tell I got some gunk on it from the clamps. But yeah. But and these are going to always be hard to tell just because they're so recessed. But yeah. It all pushed down. These should definitely be sealed a lot more than my the ones I currently have. But yeah, easiest ones to change are going to be these on the side, and then on the ones in the front, just got to take the bezel off the outside. So let me get to that. And there's this out, just a screw at the top, screw at the bottom, and these are the original ones that I had. I don't think these are even marked. I think these are actually, yeah, these are marked. These are branded. These aren't. It's just new name. New name. Nothing on the lenses. And those are marked on the lenses too. So they're the same exact thing. And yeah, that stuff in there, that's from the LED. This is actually, I have never, these 194s have been in here. You see what color it used to be, and then it got sun faded. These 194s have been in here. Oh man, these 194s have been in here for I'm gonna say almost 5 years, if not 5 years, and they have not gone bad. This is the first set of 194s I ever bought. Cab lights, I've replaced my cab lights at least 3 times, and I need to replace them again. The Yukon. Cab lights are still doing good. Dash lights are trash. The door lights are trash. And those are 194s. I got to replace those. This was the first set of 194s I ever bought, and they have lasted ever since I bought them. Every other set of 94s, every other package of 94s that I have bought, 194s, have all gone bad within 6 months or a year. They have gone bad. I don't know what it was about these when I bought them 5 years ago, but man, they're crap. But the ones that I've bought since these just do not last. I mean, like I said, I've replaced the cab lights twice. And this cab light right there is going out, so I need to replace all of them. The dash lights on this are 74s, so they're not 194s. They don't have door lights. This doesn't have door lights. Yeah, mainly it's just on my Jeep is the cab lights that I've been keep on going out, and they're all the 194s. The Yukon cab lights I haven't had to replace yet. I'm pretty sure they're still good. They might be flickering. Or they might be kind of going out. My dash lights are going out. It's been 2 years or so since I put put those dash lights in, and they're gone. The door lights have been flickering for a while now. The courtesy lights, they're gone. I just replaced those. The ones I had in there didn't go bad. But I got these. This is the new style I'm going with. I forget the chip number. I forget what that chip is. But these are SMD 5050s. This is what I used to always get, but I'm starting to go to these. This is a smaller but brighter chip than the S&B 5050s. And as you notice, there's kind of a heat sink too, so these, hopefully these last. These are brighter than these. I think it's like it's either a 50-60 something or it's a 60-50 something. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll post it in the description though. I'll find what chip numbers these are and post it in the description. But yeah, these are what I'm going with now. Hopefully these last. I would think they'd last. It's an updated style of these. These chips came out after the 5050s. So yeah, let me. I got to turn on my running lights, make sure those are good, and then put everything together. So I'll get back when I have one side done, at least. You can see the color discrepancy right here, depending on how the camera's going to focus. You can see it's a lot more. There's more of a blue in it. There's a lot more blue, and probably a lot more green too. But it's supposed to be a very, very light green with a whole bunch of flake in it. It's got the flake down somewhat, but it's just darker. And it's the same paint code, and that's what you get. I gotta buff that right there. Oh, that's on the inside, ain't it? Yeah, that's a spot I missed on the inside. I'll probably still buff them. Well, this side I might not need a buff, other than that little chip on the inside. But I mean, that's what you get, color discrepancies when you're mixing paint, especially if you order it online. If I would have did this locally, it probably wouldn't have been a problem. I actually need to check around locally. I know there's a couple places that can actually mix it and put it in a spray can. I need to go check those places, see what they charge for a 12-ounce spray can, and see if I can get them to match it closer. But I'm not going to mess with these anymore. But I want to try to get my headlights exactly color matched. So I'll probably try to get a can of my locally and see what happens. That's more of a color that's close to my Yukon, to be honest. And you can tell when it's close. When it's in the sun, though, to be honest, when it's in the sun, it almost matches. But once you take it away from the sun, it's just so much darker. Yeah, to be honest, that's almost just looking at it. It matches my Yukon more than it matches my Yukon more than it matches my Jeep. But yeah, let me do the other side and then I'll start working on the front. And here's this. These are the LEDs. These LEDs also have been as long as these. These are actually just now starting to go out though. These LEDs are as old as these. Give or take a couple weeks or a month. I forget which ones I ordered first. I might have ordered these. I don't remember. Yeah. But as you can see, that is that's RTV. Because when I did the headlights, they were coming apart. The lenses were just peeling off. So yeah. So I should be able to. Oh yeah, this one's completely out. No life left in it. That one still works. I'm surprised. Usually the faces of these two don't work, but the outside works. That's very, very interesting. But another drawback to these, I don't know if you can tell. The fronts are really the only ones that are flashing. The fronts are. The front's dimmed down more, but let me get it to focus. Those are dim. Look how dim those are. Okay, look how dim those are. If you're driving at night, you can't even tell that they're running really. They're so dim you can't see them, and I've been dealing with that for years. Ever since I put those things in, some people don't even know you're turning. Daytime it's different. I mean, it's still dim though. Now, these bulbs then. Now I can show you the difference. I'll put with this bulb in, but not that bulb. Look how much brighter those are. Let's make you get down the front. And even when you have the running lights on, you can definitely tell they turn. These are the same exact bulbs I got in my Yukon. And I love them. Now I just got to make sure they fit. Got to make sure they fit in the housing. But, I mean, even that, look at it. No comparison in brightness. Especially since it's got that projector in front. So, let me get these both in and get one side on. And there it goes. There's that. And then there's this. And if you actually look at it, one thing I didn't think about, since this is not only a metallic paint, and I put clear coat over it, so it's basically you know, standard 2-stage automotive paint. You know, primer, base coat, and clear. So it actually reflects around the outside, which, come over here, it doesn't do that. It doesn't reflect at all. So these are brighter not only because it's a brighter bulb, a lot brighter bulb, but because it's actually got the metallic and it's got a clear coat on it that it's reflecting off of. And you can see they're kind of lopsided. The housing's warped slightly when I was trying to get the lenses back on. I wasn't paying attention. I was flattening out the posts that are supposed to have the clamps on the back to put the bulb in. But that is a lot brighter. I mean, there's no comparison. Over here, it's like, what, are you turning or what? Over here, oh yeah, I can tell you're turning. It just goes to show, you pay the money for the right bulbs. You pay the money for the right bulbs, you're gonna see. Again, no comparison. Man, I really like the look of that reflecting off that paint too. It looks really nice reflecting off that paint. I mean, it's no comparison whatsoever. I'm glad I did that. Even if it's not the right color, it still's got metallic in it that's reflecting. And it's got the clear coat reflecting. So, it's still good. So, let me get both sides done, and once I get both sides done, I'll do another video of it final, and then I'll probably do a video at night. Well, I don't know if I'll do a video at night. I'll probably, once I get done with this, I'll go in and render it. And after I render it, I'll probably be done. Yeah. Let me get this done, get this wrapped up, because I got a burger inside. So, let me get this done, and I'll do a an ending to the video. Anyway, let me get this done and I'll be back. And there they are. All in and complete. And of course, because LED, it doesn't flip-flop. I'd rather have, it only comes on at night with it in this orientation. So I lose my dual turn signal without the headlights on, but with the headlights off. But with the headlights on, I got the dual turn signal and I got a running light. So there's no mistaking that now. You cannot mistake those things being on. Love it. Love it. These are 50 watts. These are 50 watt bulbs just like I got in here. These are 50 watts too. And these are about 2 years old. So I could have went 80 watt. These are, but I didn't, I didn't need them that bright. The 50 watts have done fine. These are 80 watts. These are 80 watts. There's three, you notice there's 3 on the side and then 4 in the front. That's 80 watt. But that's just a single, single reverse. That's all it is. And those things are pretty darn bright. I still need to put some pods in the back to get it a little bit brighter, but it's still, yeah. That's some new turn signals for the Jeep, and I like it. I'm a little bit upset that those aren't exact color match, but man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because the fender and the hood are both freshly painted within 3 years or so. Because I made the cow hood, got it bondoed and filled and stuff, and then it still, bondo was way too thick. When I welded it, it warped, so there was a lot of bondo on there. And my buddy told me it's probably going to crack, and of course it did. It lasted about six months to a year, and then it started hairline cracking back here, just a little bit of cracking, and then it's been sitting for, I haven't, ever since I got the Yukon, it's pretty much been sitting a lot of the time since I've had the Yukon. So so over time, the more water and more rain that gets in here, it starts bubbling up, and then since I've been driving it, the heat expanding, heat and contracting. So I need to get this off and get this to my buddy so he can fiberglass. Fiberglass should be able to hold up to the heat better. But while he's fiberglassing this one, I still got the OE hood, the stock hood. Whenever I get this one back, whenever it gets bondoed and whatever and repainted, I'm going to take the factory hood, make another one of these, but not fully welded. I welded it all the way, which doesn't need to be welded. I'm going to put tack welds, every probably half an inch, maybe quarter inch, put tack welds all the way down it. And then get my buddy to do a panel bond and put a panel bond on it. And then either bondo or fiberglass over that. And then this hood will end up on here, and the other hood will go back on this. But still, even with it all cracked like this, it's I mean, look how much bondo's on there. That's a good quarter inch right there. But even with it cracked like this, it helps the temperatures a lot, which is one reason why I haven't taken my stock hood and put it back on, because the temperature difference is just, you know, it's worth having the hood looking crappy with having a temperature difference. But there's supposed to be some flake in that too. I doubt you're going to be able to see it. There's supposed to be a green flake in it. You're probably not going to catch it in camera. You may be able to see it a little bit right here. But there's a really bright green flake in there. If you catch it in the sun just right, it shines nicely. Hopefully I can get that put back in the new one. I got 4 more decals. Anyway, rambling again, so yeah. The next thing on the Jeep, you know, besides getting aligned and some other stuff, and, you know, getting the front end work, the next big purchase for the Jeep besides long arms is I'm going to get the big quarter panel armor that covers the back with the rub rail, with the round rub rail, and I'm going to get it to where it goes into a taillight box, and get rid of these stock taillight housings and get LEDs. The reason I haven't spent the money to put LEDs in here is because I know I'm not keeping these. Out of everything on the truck, yeah, out of everything on the truck, even pretty much all my, out of everything on my Jeep, I mean, besides my overhead console, besides my dome lights, everything in my Jeep besides my dome lights is LED. Besides my tail lights. My Yukon, everything's LED now except my dome lights, and floor lights. But yeah, so these will be going away at some point. I just can't get myself to spend another 60-70 bucks to get 60-70. It'd be about $100 to get two reds, 2 ambers, and 2 whites bulbs. So you know, I just haven't done it yet. But these will be gone once I get the quarter panel armor. I'm getting the quarter panel armor and then getting the they come with oval lights in the back, and I'm going to get the ones that's got the center as red, and then around the outside of the circumference is a reverse light, so I can have a turn signal down here somewhere, and then there'll be a little spot in the side that I might even drill another hole, so I can have 2. I can have one that's a turn signal and one that's a running light. But yeah, that's an update on the Jeep. So and building some lights. I'll probably separate this video and have it in 2 videos. Anyways, like I was saying, I'll probably separate these videos into 2. I'll probably have the whole video from taking apart the housings to now as one video, and then I'll have another video of just installing these. So I'll have 2 videos out of it. One long video that has all the process of building it and installing it, for people who want to do that, and then just a video of, you know, having them in there. But yeah, that's about it for now. Like I said, the next big upgrade, you know, besides long arms aren't going to be, you know, they're going to be kind of far in the future. I say far in the future. That thing takes priority. Solid axle swap takes priority over everything right now. So I need to get stuff together for the solid axle swap and do that, and then I can come back and, you know, flop back and forth between the Jeep and the Yukon and upgrade parts here and there. Hopefully I'll have me a new job here within the next month or so, and I should be getting a lot more income than I am now. So that gives me more play money. So if I get this job, this solid axle swap is definitely going to be moving, and I can probably have it done by the end of the year, depending on work schedule and, you know, parts availability. Most of the stuff I got to get is purchases. But of course, there's also the transmission and transfer case, and I need front leaf springs. I'm probably going to get aftermarket leaf springs, because the kit that I'm going to use is I think a 2.5, and then I'm going to get at least a 2.5-inch spring for the front and see how that goes. I'll probably get I think a 2.5 and a 4-inch. I think I'm gonna get a 4-inch and a 2.5-inch. Get one a leaf spring of each to see if I can dial in. But anyway, I'm rambling again. I'm talking about the Yukon, and this video isn't really about the Yukon, but I guess my videos are basically vlogs, if you want to call it that. I work on stuff, but I also talk about stuff, and I talk about a lot of stuff. So I guess you can consider it a vlog. But anyway, that's about it. Talk to y'all later.